Like, it would look more balanced if you just took the logo and just scooched it over a little closer to Matcha Love. Because, I mean, 3 elements in a logo, you gotta look like you like each other. So I have to tell you this crazy story that happened to me last week. I was at Sprouts on my way to get some lunch, and I was thinking, hey, you know what? While I'm here, I also need to get some ceremonial matcha because I'm talking about it for a few weeks, and like, this is the month that I want to stop drinking coffee for just like personal health reasons. And so I walk over to the tea aisle, and in my mind, I'm either looking for the matcha with the cutest packaging or the cheapest organic ceremonial matcha. And luckily for me, I found both in this Matcha Love. You see that? Okay, cool. But the story's not over. So this tin on the shelf was priced at $19.99, and I go to the cashier and I pay and stuff, and I get in my car and I'm like, why did it not feel that expensive? So I look at my receipt. Guess how much? $7.99. So I was like, maybe it was a mistake. Then I wait a couple days, and then I go back to Sprouts, and then I grab a tin, and I go to the cashier, and I'm like, hello, could you price check for this for me, please? Sure. Like, it's $7.99. Okay, cool. Can I run and get some more? She said it was fine. So I run over to the tea aisle and I grab some more. Long story short, I have 4 of these now. So all that to say, we're talking about matcha today. And if you don't know me, hi, I'm Karen. I'm a graphic designer who loves talking about packaging design. What I've noticed watching a bunch of review videos on here, on different platforms, is that most people who review products don't have a graphic design background. And I was like, I am going to change that. So here I am. Typically, I don't try the product, but I will today because I just need to show you how easy it is to make. And if you're wondering why my under eyes are so shiny, it's because I put castor oil on them because I am of under eye cream age. I know matcha, you know matcha. Matcha is ground up tea leaves, and the greener the better, essentially. So what I like to do now is talk about the physical attributes of the package because I do have a packaging design background and I just love using all the words I know. So this is the part where we get into that. First thing I'm seeing is that this matcha is packaged in a golden tin, and I'm seeing that there is some Japanese writing on the top of, man. Okay, well, this is one of those situations where I'm just going to have a picture here. So what I'm seeing right here is, it looks like a Japanese logo, and that makes sense because Matcha Love's parent company is Ito En, and it looks exactly like their logo. So that's what I'm going with. Next, I'm seeing a paper label, which is unusual for me because in the past few videos, I've been reviewing plastic labels, so unusual. But this paper label is very thin. If I had to guess, this is a 74-pound paper with a matte finish. And my favorite part is that this little strip right here is, if it decides to focus, you are at f2.8, so that should be right here. Okay, so get my head out of the way. Okay, whatever. Last label, I was able to hold it in focus, and this one I cannot. So I'm just gonna put a picture. And I wanted to steer away from pictures, but here we are again. So what I love about this package in particular, my absolute favorite thing, is the fact that this orange piece here is terrible. Terrible. Anyway, it's you're supposed to tear it off, and then it reveals the lid, which is cool because you're like, where's the lid? It's under the label. But my favorite part is that it is embossed. It has a clear emboss around the front. Like, I don't want to rip it off. I don't want to tear off this beautiful orange little piece, but I have to if I want the matcha. It's rough being a packaging designer who really appreciates the things, and like, I don't want to ruin it, but I want to use it, you know what I mean? So I will say overall the packaging design is very simple simple, very minimal. Doesn't mean that it's boring at all. A lot of times you might see a lot of ceremonial matcha packaging look very traditional, and for me personally, and I think Matcha Love would agree, that the packaging doesn't have to look super traditional to be taken seriously, and we can agree, which is why I love you. Matcha is a fun drink for fun people, and like this packaging reflects that. Ceremonial matcha is for everyone, especially if it is $7.99. Lastly, the bottom of the tin. Most reviewers probably won't care about this, but I care because I'm a packaging designer. I had to design stuff like this. I had to keep this type of thing in mind when I was making packages. But we have, can you even see it? It's the produced by date and then the best by date. So the produced by date was December 8th, 2023. Currently, right now, as I'm filming this, it is in the year of our Lord 2024. So that is probably why I'm thinking that they priced this down with no announcement, is just because they were trying to get rid of inventory, which makes sense. It makes sense. But according to the Best Buy, it's good until next year. So I'm fine. We are good. We are good. This is probably going to last me like 2 months tops. So now let's dive deeper into the design and head over to the front of the label. And I will just put a photo here because my camera is not focusing. So I'm just gonna look right here. Just kidding. I will not be doing that. First of all, what I have noticed, I really like to look up who designed the package. So I have found that this package was designed by the Smith Design Company. When I go to their website, I'm noticing the one page they have that is of Just Love Matcha. It's like a broken web page, so who knows if they really did it. Secondly, on the label, what I'm noticing is the use of orange and green. I love the use of contrasting colors. They've done it very nicely. Side note, I don't know if it's normal, but growing up, I didn't have one favorite color. I had a favorite pair of colors at a time. So I remember my first favorite color combo was orange and green. And then it was orange and turquoise as I got older. And then it was turquoise and purple. And I don't even really know what it is now. It's hard to pick because I work with color every day. So like I was saying, it looks like there's no lid, but it's actually underneath the label. And it looks like this. It's Nike. I kept it because along with being so appreciative of packaging design, I am a pack rat who can't throw things away. This is, yeah, you didn't need to see that. So it even says on here, it says peel here before peeling, press perforation. I did not do that at all, but it worked out for me. So I just want this, I don't know how to explain my affinity for like color and then texture on top. So it's not two colors, it's a 3D textile. I love it. Okay, anyway, this is very new for me. This is the first time, I think, in the history of my channel that I'm noticing a combination horizontal logo on the front of the label. I typically I see combination logos, but this is the first time I'm seeing a horizontal one, is what I'm saying. So a combination logo is essentially an icon and then words. Often on a package you might see the icon on top and then the words, but because it's such a squatty package, I mean, it makes sense to use a horizontal combination logo. I don't see it often. Okay. I mean, like, what else are you supposed to do with such a squatty tin? Okay, so here's my thing. What I'm noticing with this combination logo is that the icon is a little too far from the words. If you take a look with me at other Matcha Love products, the icon is at the top, which is different, but it is evenly spaced out, whereas here you can see that the icon is just like 5 pixels away from being perfectly aligned, and just like a quick edit would fix all the problems. But here the icon is awkwardly far from the rest of the words. Like, it would look more balanced if you just took the logo and just scooched it over a little closer to Matcha Love, because I mean, 3 elements. in a logo, you gotta look like you like each other. So like the unit size portion underneath the icon, it would still fit. So I don't know. Another thing that I'm iffy about is just all over the label is like a combination of black and gray. And I don't understand or see a pattern. It seems like there's no rhyme or reason as to why some words are black and some words are gray. If I could have it my way, I would just choose one or the other. I don't think it would make a difference on which one they chose, but just pick one. So next on the front of the label, I'm looking at it down here. We see the USDA organic icon. It's nice. I feel like it's basically standard at this point. If you have an organic product, just chill out a few extra dollars for that certification. Few extra $1,000, you know, whatever. It definitely boosts purchases, especially when paired with the non-GMO logo, which they do have, but it's on the side, a little further to the side. That is a whole other video I could probably talk about. Let me know if you want to hear more about it, because that is not this video. Before I move on, I just want you to know, I just want you to follow this math with me. So the unit size is 0.7 ounces or 20 grams. We will be doing some math later, and if you know me, I have a degree in art, so math will not be fun. Moving on. Next panel, directions and a little marketing blurb. So the marketing blurb is essentially just, it's one sentence. It's a whole paragraph, it looks like, but it is one sentence that is, in my opinion, beautifully wordsmithed, copyrighted, what have you. It talks about, you can't even see my hand right now, but it talks about the origin of the tea leaves, and then it talks about the benefits of the tea leaves. And like, to do that in one sentence, chef kiss. That is props, all the props. As for the directions, it's very simple and straightforward. One might think, because the problem for me that I have is that I don't know how many servings this tin has. Okay, do the math with me. If I have 0.7 ounces, which is 20 grams, and I need half a teaspoon for 1 to 1.5 ounce of water, how much is that? Because I don't know. So what I do know is that I have been drinking 8 ounces of water with 1 teaspoon of matcha. And for this tin that is now empty, that got me about 10 servings. Like, who's gonna drink 1 ounce of matcha? I guess if you're like really hardcore about ceremonial matcha, they like drink it in very small quantities. But me, this is my whole morning drink. I'm drinking 8 to 16 ounces of this thing. I would like to know how many teaspoons this is, especially if you're like selling to North America. Like, please put it in measurements that I understand. It looks intimidating, but it's really not. Like, at the end of this video, I'm gonna make like a cup of matcha exactly how I do, and I'm just gonna show you. It's so easy. It's so easy to make at home. You don't have to go to a coffee shop and get culinary grade matcha latte with milk powder, because I already know if you're drinking matcha latte, you are probably lactose intolerant. So just make it at home, because even if you go to the coffee shop and get an oat milk matcha latte, the matcha mix that they use has dairy in it. Most likely, depending on where you go. The few coffee shops that I go to, they definitely use a milk powder matcha latte base. So you just gotta be careful about that. You just gotta be careful. Making it at home is so much better. And you don't have to get this one. This one says that I'm not trying to sell you. I'm trying to sell you on matcha. I'm not trying to sell you on this exact product. But so this one's medium bodied. You can get other ones that have more floral notes or more grassy notes, just like coffee. Coffee is more, they have fruity notes and they have like bolder notes, you know? So it's not that different, actually. Okay, the final thing that I'll say about this portion is that the titles are not even close to being the same size. And I think that it'd be really nice if the brewing directions were orange and then the organic matcha was green. How cute would that be? Last video I said I wouldn't say cute anymore. How much more effective would that color combination like really hit home for you if we switch the colors? and made the size the same, or at least very close to the same, because I can see that, like, I see why it's aligned the way it is, but I'm just like, just make it a little closer to the same size because this is not consistent. Other than that, the section was great. Okay, here we are at the last panel. Man, I am not used to this. And it's only been one video. And what I'm seeing is that there is a sticker. It looks like it was a cover-up sticker, maybe. And this is my hypothesis. They got this non-GMO certification after they printed all the labels. So they made these stickers to just place over the old portion, you know? So that's not impossible. Companies do it all the time. And then for the rest of the label on the cover up little portion, you have the ingredients, and then you have their contact information, which is their address and their email. And the little thing that I'm iffy about again is this little recycle symbol. It looks like it's on the same line as that first line, Ito and North America Incorporated, but it's not aligned very balanced. But I mean, like, someone could have just made this in-house. Like, someone could have made the sticker in-house. It doesn't have to be a designer. It just has to be someone who can put information on a sticker, you know? So, I mean, like, maybe a graphic designer didn't make this label, but since it is on a package, I am talking about it. You should just put the recycle symbol on the top right corner of the little sticker cover up and just be done with it. You don't have to worry about aligning it to anything else because it is floaty here and it is not anchored to anything. So by putting it at the top right, you're anchoring it to the edges of the sticker. But in the grand scheme of things and my place in the universe, what does it matter, you know? Finally, we have the barcode. It is your standard UPC. You know me, I'm all about making a designed barcode something a little more fun, but unfortunately this rectangular barcode makes sense here. So I would actually just keep it like this, but if you don't know, you can change the typeface of the numbers. So fun thing about me is that whenever I say a UPC and the numbers are different sizes, like the end numbers are smaller than the middle numbers, it's annoying. Fun fact. So I would just I would make them all the same size, and then I would change the typeface of the numbers to the typeface that is being used in the body copy. You're already using the body copy, just like transfer that over. As far as I know, that is not illegal. But if it is, then never mind. Okay, lastly, this is something that I've never seen before, is a copyright disclaimer on the label. I've never seen this on another label before. Either I'm not looking that hard, or the matcha industry is just full of copycats. I don't know. Overall, drumroll please. So I'm giving Matcha Love Ceremonial Organic Matcha a 7.5. There are just like a few inconsistencies that I can't shake. You know, I'm crossing my arms. I have my tripod on the counter and it's tall, so crossing my arms. Just can't shake them. But at the end of the day, it's just my opinion and they're not paying me to critique their label. I just have a lot of fun doing it. So let me know in the comments, what was your favorite part of the video? Do you have a favorite ceremonial matcha? I would love to know. Or like, have you designed a matcha label and you would like some feedback on it? I would be happy to give you some feedback. I am all ears and eyes. Thanks so much for watching my review. I am actually going to make matcha now. So just please, like, watch how easy it is to make. And hopefully that will inspire you to make it from home and not get it from a coffee shop. It is the next day, and now I'm going to show you just how easy it is to make matcha at home. Here's what I use. I use a cereal bowl because I don't have the fancy matcha cup. You don't need it. I use a 1 teaspoon, but you don't need this fancy bamboo thingy. A teaspoon will do just fine. If you do have one of these, 2 little scoops is a teaspoon. Lastly, okay, I do use a whisk, but I'm going to try a fork just to test it. But if all else fails, it's like $5 on Amazon or something. So we're gonna boil some water. We don't want it too hot. We don't want boiling water. We want to be able to drink the tea.